It's around 52 degrees at 11 a.m., so I better get some work done today. It's a fairly nice day today. I got a plan for today. Let's see how far I can get. What happened to my brick? Fell off. At least they're all together. Even the little white bull, I call him little white bull, the younger white bull over there, and the young red bull over there. They're all hanging out together. That's good. And they're eating grass. It's barely growing, and yet they're gonna nip it off right away. He's still keeping his distance though. But, I'm sure he'll adjust over time. Especially if that white bull goes to the butcher. The other one up there. Yeah, I was going to keep him separate for 3 months until June. I said, that's not going to work. He makes too much noise. He bellows all the time because he wants to get back with the girls here. So I let him out. Was it yesterday? The day before that. The day before yesterday. Anyway, I got a plan for doing something today. Let's go see if I can get it started. I guess that young white bull, he went back into the pen probably to eat some hay, I guess. I don't know. Look at that. She's touching the fence, but she's not getting shot because of her hair. I know the fence was working the other day. He's fitting right in. Probably because he looks like these other girls. I'm always thinking she's pregnant, but I think it's just a big belly. She's a fat heifer. Never got pregnant. Even with my old hiding bull back in, I think it may have died in 2019. Yeah. I never knew what it died from. Just did. Yeah, I think he'll adjust well there. Better than this one did. When I first brought him in here, he was 1.5 years old. Now he's almost 3. Sometime in the spring, anyway. Yeah, it's a nice day. No need a jacket today. Even 52 might be chilly, but after all that cold weather and snow, feels good. And the sun's shining too, so that helps. Okay, what am I doing today? Today I want to work on those, because as the weather's warming up, I think they're going to start budding. The sap is going to start flowing up. So I need to start cutting some of them off. Yeah, I'll get around to that today. Yeah, I'm going to prune them back maybe about halfway, or whatever I can reach from the back of the truck. Let's see if I get started on this. Looks like the neighbor over there in those woods, there's no house yet, but they made a big clearing there farther back in there. They made a clearing, and I guess they're working on preparing a site for a house eventually. But a few years ago, they did that. They burnt that. I don't know if it was this time of year or what, but they burnt all the leaves. But I remember that because the wind was from the north, blew all the smoke over here. And I think, yeah, that was the time all that smoke was in the air. And I remember I developed a lung problem. And I realized it was from at least I expect it was from the smoke, because the smoke, because on the ground there's probably lots of poison oak or poison ivy, stuff like that. And when that burnt stuff gets into the air, it got into my lungs. And I remember that I was coughing and hard to breathe for maybe a couple of weeks. Yeah, it took me a long time to get over it. Hopefully they don't, smoke don't change and come over here. Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of that would cause my lungs to be infected or affected. Affected? Not infected, affected. Yeah, because of the stuff that was in the smoke. The poison ivy, poison oak stuff. I guess they do that just to keep it clean. Anyway, I got other things to do, worry about today. Not that. Hopefully the wind don't change. Right now it's from the south. Looks like it's from the southeast going northwest. So keep it away from me. Look at those girls are all sticking together. Yeah, I'll trim these 2 trees first. Yeah, I think they're already going to start. They're going to start budding out here pretty soon. I should have done this earlier when it was colder. But it's better for me when it's warmer. Okay. Oh, it's not a cat eating grass. I'm going to prune that apple tree too, but I'll do that later. And when I'm done with pruning here, I'm not going to prune that pear tree and that pear tree on the hill there behind the cows, because I pruned it last year. I cut it off. It was pretty tall too, and it's got some new growth on it. And I want to see if the new growth will have pears on it this year. Anyway, I don't have to prune these. These are just red buds. Look at the green behind the house there. Not behind the house, but north of the house. Okay, there they are. I want to start on these 2. I think I'll start on this one first. It's got the smaller branches on it. That's going to take some cutting on that. Got to get my saws and trimming tools, whatever they call them. See if I can get something cut. I'll use a truck. I'll use a truck to back up to it from different angles. Okay. All right. There's a turtle down there warming itself. So he came out of the mud. I should prune that too. Especially that branch that goes that way, because I can never get the apples off of it. Yeah, I'll trim that whole branch off there. The rest of these I can just leave. It turned out to be that's a apple tree that I planted. Oh, I don't know if I caught it or not, but it looks like 2 hawks were fighting, and they dropped to the ground. I think they were hawks. I think one maybe flew away already. I'm not sure. But something fell from the tree. I just noticed it at the corner of my eye. Huh. Yeah. Weird. Anyway, I'm gonna prune this back too. Oh yeah, 2 of them just flew off. I guess they're fighting or mating. Yeah, they're probably mating. I think they're in the tree over there. Huh. Yeah, that's that time of year. Okay, I better get going. Yeah, I'll start on this tree. Once I get that one done, I'll go to that one. When I get these 2 done, I'm gonna get that apple done. Don't know if I can get it all done today though. It's gonna start raining here soon, so I better get going. Or sometime next week, after Monday, it might start raining. So I better get them done. And then when I'm done with these here at the house, I want to go to the farm and prune back the pear trees there too. Let's get started. Yeah, I have to remember if the wind changes and smoke comes blowing over here, I gotta go in the house, get a mask on. See, smoke's rising all the way up over there. I can see it's a little darker color compared to the other clouds. Yeah, I remember the last time they did that. I think the last time they did it was the time it was the first time they ever burnt it, because they had just bought the property, I think. Yeah, I don't want to breathe that stuff. I'll get a mask on. At least prevent most of it from going into my lungs. The bad stuff, anyway. But I'll just have to keep my nose on alert. And there's a hawk. I think they're in, I don't know what they call it when the birds start breeding. Hawks like that. The bird rut. Okay, let's get back to work on for the pear tree trimming. Oh, before I can do anything on the trees, I got to unload the truck from when I installed the new mailbox. I don't need the mailbox. I don't need that brick. I don't need those 2 shovels or the saw. I don't think I need anything on here. Let's unload it. I'll need the ladder. Yeah, I'll need the ladder. I don't need it anymore. The mailbox. That's the wood that was underneath it. That board was bolted to the post. Yeah, but I'm gonna save it as a souvenir. I remember it was from 83. From 83 to 23 would have been 40 years. 45 years. 42 years. 42 years. So we had it a long time. I would have saved the wood too inside. So I'll just leave it on there for now until I can find a place to store it. Probably in the workshop. Okay. Let's clean off some of that stuff. Put it away. The 2 bulls, the 2 white bulls are having a face-off. At least the little one's standing up to him. He doesn't have the weight to back him up, but at least he's getting into it. It'll build him some strength. Sparring with that. I don't think the other bull is really wants to hurt anything. They're just playing mostly. I don't think he's afraid of the. Remember, he grew up with that bull, sort of. Yeah, I brought that bull here. No, I guess he never knew that bull. No, maybe he did. He was born in 2024. In March 2024. The smaller one, the younger one. And the white one, I think he was born in 2023. So yeah, I guess the little one knew that white bull when he was younger. So they knew each other. And the younger white bull was a calf. Because I brought this one up here in 24 of September. Yeah, well, anyway, I gotta get back to work. Well, they're still sparring a little bit, butting heads. They're going for a long time. But the little one was standing his ground. He didn't run away. They kind of took a break. They were butting heads there for a while, pushing on each other. I'm looking for call it shears. There's a name for it. Some kind of shear for tree limbs. I can't find it. There's button heads again. At least the little one ain't giving up too easy. Ones that got some kind of scum on it. There they go. Button heads again. Trying to. Hey, little one, he tries to stand his ground, so but he has to walk away once in a while because he's no match for that bigger one. He don't have the weight yet behind him, but he's they're either I think they're just playing. Like I said, he gives up a little bit because he knows he can't win because he don't have the weight, but they just like to play around like that now. That's good. Hope all that sparring don't make that big bull's meat tough when it gets processed. Yeah. Let him play. There's a little one. He don't care. He's not big enough to even challenge. But at least the little other one's starting to challenge him. The younger one. There they go. Yeah, I can't find that. I forget what they call that. It's a shear, but it's not a shear. There's a name for it. I forgot it. It's the one that cuts the branches off. A hand tool. I can't remember what I did with it. Okay, that's good. Let's look for it some more. I need it. I just came down here to look at the bulls fight. I think they're taking a break. Oh, the other Highlanders. The Highlanders went over to inspect the dead black bull. I guess he's going to join them now. Well, I've been searching for over an hour for that tool for trimming tree branches. I just can't find it. Has to be somewhere. I gotta keep looking. That's the most important tool for trimming. I got other ones, but that's the best one. At least for the small stuff. The saw is for the bigger stuff. It's 58 degrees. I forgot what it was this morning. It's 58 degrees at 12:30 p.m. There they go again. I think they're just playing. I don't think they're serious. They're just doing what bulls like to do. Even the white bull, he used to butt heads with the Highland cows too. Now he's got another bull to do it with. I think they're both happy. I'm not happy. I can't find that tree trimming tool. It's a hand tool. I used it before. I just don't know where I put it. I'm bad about that. Supposed to be a place for everything and everything in its place, but I just leave things. I leave it where I used it last usually. I don't know who's looking to butt heads. I think it's him. I don't think he cares too much. Well, at least he's mingling now with the rest of them, more or less. They're about the same height. I think he's just got a little bit more weight, muscle on him. But he'll grow into that. He'll be 2 years old in a month. I got work to do, but until I find that tool, I can't do nothing. There's something burning over there. Not as much as it was before, though. Fire goes all the way back there in the neighbors. They heard me. He was eating. Stay away from that fence, boy. You have no reason to get out. The other one's over there, eating the hay with the younger bull. They're getting along real good. Little bull. Here they go again. Button heads. I think they just do it for fun, I think. I don't think there's any malice involved. They're just playing. Yeah. Yeah, he's just as tall, maybe even taller than the older bull, but he just don't have the weight to push around. Okay. Still looking for that stupid tool. Oh, I don't have my best tool to trim these trees. I just don't know where I did with it. I looked everywhere I could think of. More than once, too. Well, I used what I got. I got 2 hand saws and I got that big tree cutter. I don't normally use that, but since I don't have the other one, I might try to use it. Okay, let's get something cut today. I'm gonna back the truck down that way. I'm gonna trim this side first, and then I'll pull into their side of the house, and I'll back up to that side, and I'll leave this side for last. And then once I finish that tree, I'll work on that one. I seem to remember the last time I used it was over at the farm when I was cleaning up around the pears over there this summer. I wonder if I left it over there. Huh. Well, I'm not driving all the way over there to look for it. That's the only place I used it last, I think. Anyway, I got it backed up as far as I want. I can reach most of them, reach what I can. That other tool that I'm looking for sure would be handy. Yeah, now I have to use more of the saw, which takes longer, and I don't have as big of a reach with it. Oh, that's better than nothing. Okay, let's get up there and start cutting. Yeah, I wonder if it is. I don't remember leaving it anywhere over there, but it's possible. I use the ladder to get up and down from the truck because I'm not young anymore. Well, the cat didn't have any problem jumping up there so easy. And now I'm wondering if I left that cutting tool for the trees over at the pear orchard at the farm. Pretty sure I loaded everything up. I just misplaced it somewhere. I just couldn't find it here. Anyway, I did find my little shears. I can use them for this smaller stuff. You can see the branches from last year's growth. Yeah. They always grow near the end. See? There. I'm going to cut some of these off. They're just in my way anyway. And I'll cut some of them off too. But mostly I want to cut the ones on top. I have to do that with a saw, since I don't have my other tool with me. Okay, let's start cutting. I cut all I could from this side. I cut some here, some there, and a few on top. Now I gotta pull into there and then back up to that side. That's not easy with this saw. The saw is good for the big branches, but the small ones not so much. That's why I need that little bigger hand tool with the handle. Two long handles, about 2 foot long, and with a slicer, like a scissors on the end, a short scissors. Yeah, that would always work good. Yeah, the last time I used it, and I can remember using it, was at the pear trees at the farm. Yeah. So, when I get done with these, I think I might run over there and check. Although, I'm going to need it for that apple tree over there. Let's keep cutting. There's still some really long ones. That was my main purpose of doing this. Yeah, but during the summer they'll shoot out spikes like these little ones over here. I cut them about halfway off. The new shoots from last year, new growth. But that one up there, that's really tall. That's coming down. While I was trimming that tree, I think it was an ambulance, Washington County ambulance, turned around in my driveway here. And now when I'm turning around to go cut some more on the other side of that tree, I see 2 flashing lights over there. I don't know if that's 2 ambulances or what, or if that's the fire department. I don't know what's going on. But there's flashing lights over there, and the ambulance was turned around here. So maybe they were called out because of the fire, maybe. Yeah. It looked like an ambulance. Maybe it wasn't an ambulance. But I see 2 flashing lights. One on the left, one on the right. And then that red truck. Of course, a red truck could be belong. Oh, wait, there's something up there. There's that thing I saw. Maybe they're just there for standby. But the flashing lights are still there. I didn't hear no sirens though, but the smoke is still spreading. But they did this a few years ago. Yeah. And I got but that time all the smoke was coming over here. And I think it was the first time they burnt it. They were burning all the leaves, the ground cover. And it is pretty dry. So I guess maybe somebody called out something. Anyway, they're not bothering me, and the smoke's not coming over here. Yeah, I had a bad respiratory for a couple of weeks after that. The smoke came this way on the last time they burned it a few years ago. Yeah, I think it's because of the poison oak or poison ivy at the ground level. Yeah, when that burns and it's in smoke, it's pretty bad. I didn't get no itch or nothing, but I got that breathing problem. If it wind changes and comes over here, I'll wear a mask. Okay, let's go back to trimming my tree. Now, no more sun. Oh, there's a little sun right there. I see some bugs up in there too. Pretty. Yeah. At least they're together. Yeah, I think he's taller than that one, and he's even downhill. Yeah. I think he'll make a good bull once he goes to the butcher, and he'll have all these girls to himself. And, well, they're still getting to know each other. I'm just glad that one's getting along real good. Maybe it's because he's small. He's not a threat. Maybe that's why. Yeah, the sun's trying to shine. Okay, back to what I was doing. I trimmed the other side of the tree, and now I'm going to trim this side. Mostly, I'll cut a few more branches off on this side, and mostly on top. I left my ladder up there. I guess I can use the tree to help me get up. Yeah, that side looks okay. I could have pruned that one limb off a little bit better, but it's okay. It's better than it was. Finish this side now. Look at that tall one up there. That's all the limbs I got off of this side. And I'll put the rest, whatever I cut off of that side, I'll put there. I probably should have moved them out further, but I'll move them some other time. I'll just leave them lay there for a while till they dry up. Okay, let's go back to work. Okay, let's see what I can do. Finish that tree anyway. And the lights are flashing more now. There's only one vehicle. The red truck's still there. I never heard a siren, so don't know what they're doing over there. I don't know if somebody got hurt or that's just the fire department keeping an eye on the fire. Anyway, back to my job. Yeah, cut all these trees, limbs off. Look at that one up there, how tall that is. A few here. I gotta cut some of them off on that side too. Okay. Start cutting. That's pretty tall. That's why I'm cutting them off. Make it easier for me. Although this ain't very easy. Yeah, there's that truck that was blinking. It's spraying something. Yeah. I think it's spraying, might be spraying water. Must have a tank of water on it. I don't know what it's doing. Is there something ahead of it? I don't know. There's something else, something small behind it too. It's going out of sight now. That looks like a little bitty something. Anyway, I can't see no more. Back to cutting my tree. Oh, the red blinking lights are gone. I can still see some fires burning. Here's that tallest branch I cut off. Mail carrier coming by. That's everything I cut off, more or less. See if I get any mail. Yeah, I got something. I bet she likes my new mailbox. Easier to open and easier to close. Well, I'm done with this tree, and this was the easy one. I'm going to work on that one next in the back. I don't think I'm going to get to the apple tree today. Actually, that apple tree can be the last. I want to get the pears done at the farm too. I will try to do them tomorrow. I still have a couple hours. It's around 3 p.m. So let me get situated over there and start cutting on that one too. You show up to help. Where were you? And I saw you down there. you looking for? What? You're gonna get stuck. You're gonna get stuck in there. Uh-oh, I feel raindrops. I feel raindrops on my head. Yeah, I could see them on the pond too. I can see the raindrops. Looks like I might have to quit. At least I can pick up my cuttings, tree cuttings. Where's the other? Where's the other two? The younger ones. I guess they're in the barn eating hay. It's just to be easy to get off now. Using my ladder. That's everything I trimmed off of this tree. And it's raining harder now, so I'm gonna have to quit. The other tree I'll have to wait. Yeah, it's raining. Tell about the pond over there. I can hear it on the roof too. And I can feel it. Oh, look at that tree I trimmed. Won't have as many pears on it, but I couldn't reach the ones on top anyway. So it's all right. Okay. Let's go park the truck under the carport. Oh, I guess I had better put the rain gauge up first. I don't remember anything in the forecast about rain today. I think the rain's supposed to start on the 2nd, and today's the 28th. Oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, I'll do this tree last. It's always the last one to leaf out and bloom anyway. So flip this up to catch some rain. Hope it don't freeze tonight. There you go. Well, I got one tree done today. I'd continue. Looks like it's slowing down. The rain's slowing down, but there could be some more coming. You getting used to the place, boy? And these cattle? Yeah, it'll adjust. He'll get you. He's gonna be here a while. So I see some babies from these 3 Highlanders. Oh, I got one. Looked like it stopped raining. But before I go back in the house, I'm going to drive through the farm and I'm going to check out the pears there that I'm going to trim. See if I left that cutting tool over there somewhere. So I sure can't find it here. Tree I trimmed, and you can see the water on the windshield, rain on the windshield. Oh, little reddy bull. Red bull. There's the pot I made from that tree. And I'm going to head to the farm now. See if I can find that tool where I last used it, and I was trimming the pears over there. I was just trimming the pears along the ground now. First section, you can see what was burnt. Still smoking too. And that's where the fire trucks, I think, or some kind of red trucks with flashing lights on it. Just pickup trucks, so still burning down there. I don't think the wind's blowing to me yet, although down farther it's blowing across the road to the other house. Okay, let's head to the farm. I'm on my way to the farm, about halfway there. Well, there's a neighbor's tractor back there somewhere. Somewhere right about there. According to the guy who bales my hay, bales my hay, I guess he helps him too sometimes. And he said it caught fire and it burnt, and they just left it there. That's just a shell, burnt out shell. There's how the hayfield's starting. I didn't cut the second cutting last year. I don't think I'm going to get, but at least the grass will grow. I know that. There won't be nothing else in here except for the weeds. Hopefully the weeds won't interfere with the first cutting. Okay, let's go. Continue on to the orchard, pear orchard. Still raining a little bit. I'm just holding the phone with my hand. I'm going over there by the pears. There's the farm. I can see my brother's house from here over there. Left of that shed. Oh, you better leave me enough room to drive in here. The pears are there, just to the right of those pile of rock. Yeah, it's raining a little bit. There's a cow moving over there. Maybe she had a calf. Down the hill from her brother's house. She might be looking for a baby. My brother's cows might be calving already. Mine are. I don't know how many he's got, but he's got more than me. Probably twice as many as I have. Oh, that's what I heard. I heard that cow. The one I saw by my brother's house was the red one. He had a red one born. There's my sister-in-law's house from my widow of my older brother. All the other brothers are younger than me. There's a pig shed my father had built. And then that's a machine shed he had that built first. And there's parents' house. Brother lives there, younger brother. My niece lives there. They got 5 acres on that corner. They got a pond there too. They redid that pond same time my brother did this one. Although my brother was finished with this one first. Did I say that was my niece's house? Yeah. For my youngest sister. The oldest child for my youngest sister. And here's the pears. And look how tall they are. See, that's what I need to cut them off. They don't need to be that tall. Yeah. The old pear that all these other pears came from is right there. It's barely alive. It's just got the outer bark, outer trunk. But it still produced a few pears last year. And I need to clean up around here better this summer. Yeah. There's all my brother's cattle. Those are all the cows, I guess. I don't know if he's got a bull here. I don't think he's got a bull here yet. So what do I count here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At least 11. Maybe more. Yeah, I can't see. There's a big bunch in the middle. Oh, there's another one there in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's the same. 11 or 12. Anyway, that's not why I came here. I ringed these 3 oak trees last fall because I don't want these trees to suck all the juice out of this area for the pears. So. But I didn't want to cut them down and clean them up. I just ringed them so they die. Woodpeckers can have them. Anyway, you can see the old pear, the mama pear. I grafted all these other ones. This was the first one I grafted because as the mama tree was bent over and dying, there's a lot of suckers coming out of the ground. But I waited, this one here, I waited till it got big. I thought I was going to give the same pears as the one back there, the original one, but it didn't. It gave me little bitty marble-sized pears that were hard as a rock because that's from the rootstock. So I had to graft the top from the mama tree to this thing, yeah. And then we started to get the same pears as we did, and then I grafted all these other ones There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Where these yellow poles are, I got there's another sucker coming up. So when they get big enough, I'm going to graft them and I'm going to dig them up. I'll dig them up. I could dig up that little one over there, but and transplant it someplace because it's too close to the other one. But I'll get around to doing that some other time. The 2 pairs I have were from this group somewhere, and but they were small when I transplanted them. Just probably smaller than that one. That's what I'm going to do with these, with the yellow poles. I think I got 4 of them. Whether they survive or not, I don't know. When they get big enough, I can graft them. Anyway, I'm here to look for a cutter. That's why I forgot when I came here. I only count 10 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess I counted it twice before. Yeah, I cleaned up this a little bit last fall because it was just a mess along here. Then I ringed those, and I even burnt them too. I burnt around there, so hopefully it won't grow back. Yeah, I ring it a long time ago, near a little farther down, but I guess I didn't make the ring wide enough, so it grew back. So this time I made it a wide ring. A fish. Yeah, it's raining again. I'm getting wet. I'm here to look for that cutter. I don't remember leaving it out here. I put it someplace. I just don't know where I put it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it anywhere. Maybe I hung it in a tree. Yeah, I gotta trim these off. Same way I did the pears at my house. Yeah, cut them off about halfway up there. And that's why the bigger ones I have to use a saw, but the smaller ones, like here, I can use that hand tool. The one I need 2 hands. Yeah, I don't see nothing here. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to transplant that one. That's a pear, but let's see. Yeah, see, there's little pear there, little sucker. But that won't grow pears like these. Oh, he does have a bull, and he's got some more cows. There's 10 there. If one of them is a bull, that means he's got 12. Plus a red one, so that means he's got 13 cows. There's a red cow here. So yeah, she's over there on the side of that hill. Way down there, way over there. She's probably had a calf. Brother don't know it. It's set. He might be working. He still works at the same factory that I used to work at. He started a year before me, but I retired already. Look at that. Hey, here's 2 more. These here I can graft. They're big enough to graft now. Yeah, I'm going to graft them too. I'll graft them in the spring. Yeah, there's the root. There's a tree. Oh, there's the old tree. Let me switch my phone. There's a cow with a calf. And so 13, 14, 15. He's got 15 then. He's got 15 cows after all here. And he's already got a bull. Sounds like a bull anyway. I'm getting wet. I can't trim trees in rain. But yeah, I'll trim that one back too. Yeah. See that? This whole tree was leaning over the pond. That was before my brother redid this pond. He had it drained, and they had both of them drained same time, same day. And then my brother was able to get his put back together and dug out and reshaped. The water used to go all the way almost to that pole over there. Yeah, over there. So they dug it out and filled that in. Yeah, now it's got a shorter wing to it. That one too. That one used to go pretty far out. Well, not that far, but far enough. Farther than it is now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12 plus a bull. the red one, 13, and I think there's 2 there, 14, 15. So anyway, I didn't find my trimming tool yet. Pruning tool, is that what they call it? I remember a long time ago when this tree was still a tree, was still standing up. She had leaned over. It rotted and leaned over, but it's still growing. It's still producing. That's what I use to do all my grafting up here. Whatever's there, because that still gave good pears. It's not as good pears now as it was before because it hardly has any life left in it. But I'm maintaining it because I need it for grafting. Oh, I could use these for grafting too, but I want to stick to the original if I can. Like I said, I'm going to graft them too because they're big enough to graft. And I didn't see my cutting tool anywhere. I had my brother cut these down. They were just oak brush. I burnt them last fall. He cut them down, but he didn't burn nothing. I'll try to, and I'm going to try to maintain this better this summer. If I have to, I'll bring my lawnmower over here and keep it cleaned up. Yeah, I got a prune nose. I'm not going to cut nothing on those oaks because I'm hoping they're just going to die. But I'd like to transplant that one if I could. It's not easy. It's probably got to be because they're all connected by the same root. They're all connected by the root. And I didn't see that cutter anyway, that pruner. Oh well. I guess it's at home somewhere. Let's see if I can go find it. Last year I tried to, when I was cleaning all this up around here, I tried burning all this. And when I burnt that brush pile there, from all the trees that were cut down over there, I tried burning it, but this stuff was still green. Maybe now would be a good time to burn it again before it's going to rain. Oh well. Yeah, it's just some kind of water grass. I burnt it all the way through there with that pump sprayer and water's clear. So he's got what did I say? 15? There's that red one. She came back over here. So he's according to my count, one of them might be a bull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Huh? One of them is a bull, I think. So that'd be 12, 13, 14, and then 15. Yeah, so he's got it. And my brother left these trees in here. He said it's for the fish. But I think it's ugly. Not necessary. Ah, there's that calf. He's started his calving too. Okay, I gotta go. I'm getting wet. I didn't find what I was looking for. Yeah, I trimmed all these. There's some kind of what do you call it? Wild cherry? Yeah, I think it's wild cherry. I know that one is. Not sure about this one, but I'll have to keep them trimmed back. I trimmed them back as they were taking over, and this viney thing too. I need to make sure I cut that out. Keep that cut out. If it starts to grow again, I'm going to take it down. I'm going to trim these branches off somewhat. I still want them to produce and survive. Because I'm going to trim all these off up here, these off up here, there, and then the big one over there. Yeah, that was my first grafting, and then I did the rest of them. Yeah, I'll graft these two this spring sometime. Small one. I put some stuff there so I have the yellow pole so I can keep an eye on it. Wait till it's big enough to graft. Okay. It's still raining harder now. Okay, let's go home. Stopped over there. Oh, he's wiping his windshield down. He couldn't see. His big machine. Looks like a big cultimosher. A disc maybe. Disc cultimosher. So they're going to start working the ground out. Getting ready for spring planting. Well, I'm at the hayfield. I'm going to take a drive-by, but I can smell smoke. You can see all the smoke over there. Probably getting close. The wind must have changed. It's blowing this way now. Yeah, probably my house is straight that way, so I'll probably get some smoke too. Okay, let's do the drive-by and go home. Well, looks like my phone might get wet, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I cleaned this area around these equipment here last summer. Boy, the smoke smell is strong. And I used both of them on the little strip there on the right side of those bales that my brother baled for his sedan grass. There was a strip of ground there right next to him on this side that I had baled stacked there. So I dished it up a little bit, and then I rolled it with this roller. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, this taller stuff here is switchgrass. I planted some here a long time ago. It's on the headland here in certain spots, and some of it's still growing. It's growing because it's a warm season grass, so it grew after the first cutting. And then after that, I didn't get a second cutting, so I just let it grow. I harvested the seeds though, at the tops. What is that? There's something on the ground there. I don't know what this was. It was laying right about over there somewhere. Yeah, right about there. I don't know what this is. Looks like it had a wooden handle. A wooden on the end there. And it's got a hole on this end. I don't know what that's for. Maybe it's for hanging it up. It's hard to get a good picture. Okay. Yeah, I'm smelling smoke. Smoke's getting thicker. I shouldn't be breathing it. I don't have any mask in the truck. Close my windows. Yeah, those dark patches. That's the seed heads from the buckhorn that were growing last summer. After the first cutting, that buckhorn came up, and it's a worthless weed, and it's taken over. I don't think it grows until it gets warm, so hopefully it won't interfere with my first cutting. If it looks like it's going to interfere with my second cutting, I'm going to bush hog it. Cut down the seed heads before they go to seed. Okay, let's head home. Smoke. I better get going. Car coming. Yeah, smoke is strong. Oh, I'm back at home now. I think the smoke, wind changed from the north, or from the south to the north, and I think there's some smoke drifting this way, or at least it's going It's going east anyway, I know that, because it was blowing over by the farm now. I'll put an end to my tree trimming for today. I still got to look for that cutting tool for the next time I want to trim something. Well, the smoke's not blowing over to me, but it's blowing from the west now, blowing that way. That's why I could smell it at the farm. I better go check my mail. Still sprinkling a little bit, just a light sprinkle. Just got some, I see a fire. A little fire over there. Just got something for my wife. She's been passed away 5.5 years ago, and she's still getting mail. This time it was from something called the Chop House restaurant. Well, it wasn't from the restaurant. It was from some kind of financial consultant whatsoever, and it was a complimentary dinner at the Chop House. Yeah. Wonder where they get her name from. I guess it's some kind of mailing list that people sell to each other, but I guess nobody checks to see if the person's actually alive or not. Oh well, that's their problem. That's their postage, not mine. Well, I got this tree print. It's cut off, and everything's right here from there top. I figure I cut about half of off, if not more. Maybe tomorrow, if it don't rain, I'll cut that one. I sure like to find that tool first. Some of them branches are big. I'll use the saw on those. But the smaller ones, I could use that hand tool if I could find it. Yeah, just a little sprinkle. I guess I'll go check the radar, see what that shows, if anything. Yeah, still around 58 degrees. Just after 4 p.m. with the rain. Well, at least I got my rain gauge up. I have to check it, make sure that it don't freeze tonight. I'm gonna fix that too. Still haven't found that cutting tool. I sure don't know where I did with it. I remember using it. Last time I used it was at the farm pear orchard last fall or summer. And I don't see it anywhere. I'll keep looking. Not too much today. Yeah, I could tell the smoke from those fires over there. The wind is blowing to the east. I can see it, smoke drifting on through there. And that's not from the rain either. That's smoke. I don't smell it though, so I'm okay. There's my pear tree. I'm not pruning that one this year. All the new growth is like a light green, so it's starting to, the sap's starting to fill up the branches. Yeah, I got another one up there. Those are 2 grafted pears from the farm too. Okay, I gotta go back in and check the weather, see what's going on. Well, this weather radar is from 4:20 p.m. and right now it's around 4:30. And I'm about there, so that's the rain I'm getting. I think that's the rain that was coming across while I was when I was pruning the tree. It started to rain, and now I'm getting a heavier dose. But it looks like it clears up after that. But there's some more out to the west by St. Louis, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. I need to get these trees pruned before the sap starts rising into the tops. Well, it's around 5:20 p.m. Looks like the rain stopped, clearing up over that way. northwest. Sun's should be going down soon. It must be in that area there somewhere. I see a little bright spot there, but I think the sun should be lower at 5:20. It goes down around 5:35 or so. So it should be closer into this area. I can see the light coming out this way though, between the clouds there. Guess I won't see no sunset tonight, so I'm just going to end it here. Yeah, I cooked some of that. I had some sassafras in the freezer, sassafras root from years and years ago. I forgot I even had it. Yeah, but I found it, and I cooked a big pot of it. It tastes pretty good. I forgot how good it tastes. And I add a little honey to it, so that helps sweeten it up a little bit. Next time I cook my regular tea, my lemongrass, mint. What else do I put in there? Lemongrass, mint. Yeah, lemongrass and mint. I'm gonna add some sassafras root to it too. Yeah, that ought to help. Okay. I guess I'll end it here. Oh, I'll show you what I did today. One more look. Well, I trimmed this tree, and there's the result right there. It's the pile. And tomorrow, if it don't rain, I'm going to try to prune that one. And then after I get that one done, I'm going to head over to the farm and prune some of the trees there too, the pear trees. These two are pear trees, different varieties. They were store-bought from Gurney's nursery. I think Gurney's. Yeah, but the two down on the other side of the house, those are what do they call them? Grafted pear trees from the farm. Yeah, I grafted them myself, and then dug them up and brought them over here. All right, at least that one tree's done. That's good. Won't have too many pears on it, but at least I'll be able to reach them all. Yeah, that's one reason I'm pruning them. Yeah, you can see how much this tree was a little bit bigger and thicker than that one, but it still was still the same height though. So I cut half of it off. Okay, that's all for today. Still haven't found that cutter yet. That tree limb, whatever it's called, shears. Yeah, nice cloud formation there, but it's blocking the sun. But it's clear over that way. Yeah, looks like most of the smoke died down over there, but it's still smoldering. Okay, that's all for today. I'm gonna keep looking for that tree limb cutter. Yeah, because I really need it. Makes the job much easier. Yeah, there's still smoke in those trees over there. They had a fire all day today. They're burning the leaves, I guess, on the brush. Sky looks nice. I still feel a little sprinkle over me. Yeah, the sun's going down over there somewhere. Right about now. Yeah, the rain went that way. Yeah, I think the rain's coming. I got a little sprinkle coming out of these clouds here.